Welcome back. We're in the middle of a pantry challenge and I would like to have some bread ingredients. So I am going to make a lot of different bread type things today, not actual bread though. I'm going to start with some English muffins and then make some unique pancakes and waffles. And I'm happy about this. I'm excited for this. It's been a minute since I've had any of these things in my freezer aside from Eggo waffles, which don't really count. So let's get to it. Let's start by making the English muffin dough first. Also, welcome back. I'm Carrie. This is Keep It Simple DIY. Thanks so much for being here. I'm so glad you joined. Okay, so starting off, we need 2.5 cups, and I'm cutting this recipe in half. This is my own recipe for when I make it big, but what I did was I actually doubled the recipe. So hopefully I remember to cut every part of it in half. So I'm going to use milk. That was just water. I will add powdered milk to make it be milk. We need just under half of a tablespoon of yeast and then a tablespoon and a half of sugar, and that'll help this yeast proof, and we'll give it just a couple of minutes. Well, I guess I'll just do this 3 times to let it proof before we move on to the next step. Give it a stir. And while this is proofing, I want to show you my earrings. If you haven't seen it yet, I did reopen my Etsy shop and I have quite a few Valentine's Day earrings, some winter earrings, and pretty soon I'll be coming out with spring earrings. So go check it out if you're interested. Okay, this yeast looks like it is proofing just fine. I'm going to put in a heaping, what is this, 1/3 of a cup of milk. And then I'm going to add in like a heaping 3/4 teaspoon of salt. We need 1 egg, and this is 1 egg plus 1 egg white. I'm going to probably not put all of it in. I was trying to crack and just have the egg yolks, and one of them broke, and so I put it in this bag and I put it in the freezer. Hopefully I don't regret this. We'll see. We also need a couple pats of butter that are softened. I accidentally melted them, so we will survive. And then 3.5 cups of flour. Oh, I'm excited. It's been a minute. This is my first time that I am going to be making English muffins on the stove. I usually use my electric griddle, but I just got a new griddle pan and I'm so excited to try it. Okay, let's see, 3.5. And let's get this mixed in. Okay, our dough is looking beautiful. Let's get it off of here. I also started getting out all the ingredients for the waffles. Left or right? Oh, this way. Every time. You would think I would remember that by now. Okay, here is how our dough is looking. It is the perfect consistency. We need to let this proof before we can do anything with it. So let's get a little bit of oil. Oh no! Okay, that was the almond extract. It's fine. But it is in the glass bottle. And for those of you who notice that I put things away all the time, like everything's out because I'm gonna need it again and it's a lot. Okay, forming this into a little ball. I love playing with dough. It's like Play-Doh, but you can eat it after. And it tastes good instead of salty. Not that I know what Play-Doh tastes like. Whoop, I ripped that all a lot, but that's okay. I'm going to get this in the microwave just to proof so it's out of the way. Okay, I decided that I want to actually do the waffles first because they're going to take a minute and I think I can do the waffles and the pancakes at the same time. So I'm going to get in, did I say 1/2 of an egg white? 1/4 cup of egg whites or additional water. So I have what's left of that egg, and I don't think that's a 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna add a little bit more water. And then plus the water that it calls for, which is about 1/2 cup. So let me get a little more. Okay, we'll add the liquids in. And then I also need a 1/4 cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of yogurt or applesauce. I'm gonna use yogurt because I happened to buy it. Oh, I got egg on the counter. That's okay. Already super separated. Okay, applesauce might have been a better choice, but we're gonna go with this. Okay, wipe that egg up. Don't worry, I do clean the towels very often. A little bit of salt. A little bit of coconut oil, and that's the purpose of this is so that they'll get crispy, just a smidgen. Couple tablespoons of maple syrup. This is my preferred sweetener in any pancake or waffle. And then, whoa! Okay. And then I'm going to add protein powder, and you guys, the last time I did this, I did not like it at all, but instead of using my favorite protein powder, I used one I'd never used that was supposed to be like unflavored, but it was disgusting flavored. So this is my favorite vanilla protein powder. It is Isolate Protein by Nature Target. I've bought it now quite a few times, and I love it. So we're going for 1/3 cup, which is a little bit more than a scoop. Okay. And then we need is it 1 teaspoon exactly? Yep, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/4 cup of flour. I love that these measuring cups have a halfway line, so I can see like halfway from the halfway line to the bottom. Okay, I wonder how many it's supposed to make. This does not look like very many. 6 waffles. You know what? That's okay, because if I don't like this recipe, then I don't have to eat it a whole bunch. Because last time I made a double batch and I did not like it, and that was sad. All right, so since we're only getting 6, I think I can just do it all kind of at once. I need to get some spray out, which you guys, I know I'm switching from the bad for you sprays. It's just gonna be a minute till I use up the ones that are not. Okay, this is supposed to make 6, and I don't know how much to put in. Maybe that much. You know, there's measurements on the side here. I probably could have. Is that gonna, I'm thinking it's not thick enough. We'll find out. I think I'm changing my mind too. I think instead of making a unique pancake recipe, I think I just want to make my like tried and true recipe. I think that'll be best. Okay, here is my favorite pancake recipe, and then I also add in a couple splashes of maple syrup. So the question is, can I do both of these things at once? Whew. Okay, let's see. That was the plan all along, right? We can do it. I need 2 eggs. There's stuff everywhere. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Wait a minute. We're still gonna do the sugar. We're gonna add maple syrup also. I'm remembering. Last time I made this recipe, I don't know what I did with the salt, but I added way too much salt and it was disgusting. Okay, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I need baking soda also. Okay, 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. There is 1/2 of a teaspoon. Let me make sure I got that right. Green light, let's see. Well, no. What? Well, okay, maybe. This is a fail if I've ever seen one. I mean, it's gonna be edible, but I think I definitely needed a lot more batter, and I think it needed more flour. Okay, this makes me very happy that I am not going to do I'm gonna do my regular pancake recipe. Actually, do I just wanna make waffles out of my pancakes? Maybe I'll do that because the waffle maker's already out and then I only have to clean one thing. I do want to use that thing. Oh, but I have to do the English muffins on the stove. I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to this batter here. Whoops. Take 2. More batter. More batter. Is that going to be enough batter? All right, we need a cup of milk, which let's get the milk powder. Is this the third of a cup? Yep. I love using milk powder in something like this. And then a cup and a half of flour. Approximately. A couple splashes of maple syrup, because delicious. Did it have me add any oil? I need to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You'd think I'd never made this recipe before, but it's been a really long time. Okay, 1, 2. I did just get the stove preheating, getting the pan warm. How much baking soda? 1 teaspoon. Wait, I just picked up the same one I put down. You know, some days, I was going to make these yesterday and I just did not feel like it. I feel like today we're running into some issues too. This is a little clumpy. Maybe this is where the salt issue came in before. Had it too clumpy. I think I need butter. Yeah, 1/4 cup of melted butter. Where'd my butter go? This is ready. I don't know. What happened to that fork? That's the fork. Okay, this one's better with the extra bit of flour, but not crispy. I could have put more batter in it. Okay, one more, let's see. I think we're only gonna have enough for 1. So not 6. How little of a waffle maker did they have? Because this is my smaller waffle maker. Okay, should we try it? I mean, it looks edible. The unfortunate thing is it tastes delicious. Well. Alright, and the melted butter that I almost forgot about in the microwave. So let's get this mixed up. And yeah, I could use the same whisk, but I set it in the sink, and I have this thing about if something's touched the sink, I just feel like it's really dirty. Why does that say it's done already? That can't be right. But you can buy pancakes and such at the store, of course. They're so cheap to make on your own. So if you have time, that's probably the hot commodity, right? Make them yourself. You can freeze them just the same, and they're delicious. Okay, let's get over to the stove. I'm realizing I'm not sure. I'm gonna put some in my mouth and then talk to you. Right, come on, Carrie. I don't wanna spill onto my stove here. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do that is. So I don't think, well, actually the bowl can go here. It's not hot here. All right, this is actually really good. So maybe I just didn't put enough in, because the texture is good too. So I'm thinking I probably just didn't put enough batter in. The protein flavor is strong, so definitely pick one that you like. Okay, I am going to use 1/3 of a cup to make the perfect size, and I have a feeling, unless this has really good heat distribution, that the ends are going to be done slower than the middle. Okay, let's see, give it a little spray. Oh, we got lucky. Hopefully I have a good amount of heat. Let's see, do we think we're ready to flip? Oh yeah. Woo! Okay, it's so much easier on the gas to get a good temperature. Nice. Oops. Well, okay, so this one didn't have as much heat down here, which I kind of assumed would happen. And I just got a cup of boiling water out of the other Ninja thing. What is that, the coffee pot? I'm gonna stick it in the microwave with my dough, just to make my dough rise a little faster. Okay, makes sense that this side doesn't have much heat. But you know, I think I prefer this side being the least hot because this is the side that I could hurt myself on. I could also move this back a little bit next time. Yeah, I think that one's ready. Beautiful. Ooh, even more beautiful. Yep. Ow, why did I touch that? Add a little bit of time over here. Our dough rose beautifully. I am going to get it out and onto some cornmeal, which I should have put down first, but that's okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna press it out, and I think I'm gonna make square English muffins today. Square-ish. And my plan is, I am hungry. I need to eat some lunch. So I am going to get these shaped and then let them rise a little bit while I eat lunch. I thought I was gonna get 9 out of these. So maybe I just need to squish it a little. Maybe we'll make 10 littler ones. So if you make them square, you can fit things on them a little bit better. I went a little overzealous because I'm used to making the cinnamon rolls. Okay, you don't want them that tiny. Well, let's see, if we're going from 3.5 to 17.5, that's 14 divided by 5, about 3 inches. I don't particularly love that shape, but I guess that's what we're gonna have this time, and that's okay. They will taste just as good. It just might be a little hard to get an egg on them. All right. I can manage with that. That'll be fine. You know, I could probably also, yep, squish them in a little bit. Can you tell it's been a minute since I've done this? A little more cornmeal for them. And I'm just going to get these lightly covered, and then we'll see them once they've had a second to rise and I've eaten lunch. Okay, these have proofed while I got some lunch. I am getting this heated back up again, and I am going to put them on. I'm gonna see if I can get them cooked 100% on there and not have to put them in the oven. That would be great. So I'm gonna just stick them on here now, I think. Hopefully they all fit at once. I don't think we're gonna get them all in at once, unless I'm super creative here. Okay, here's what I've done. I have all of these over here, and then I turned on this burner as well, which hopefully will help this side get hot, and then I just put everything over on that side because if you see, that's where the burner is. So I have them on medium. I think I might bring them down a little bit to medium low, because low and slow is the way to go here, because then hopefully I'll be able to cook them all here. But if I have to put them in the oven, I will do that. They have to get to 200 degrees on the inside. These have puffed up so much, and I'm smelling like something smells a little bit burned, so I'm hoping I didn't leave them too long. Ah, this side is hot, I think. Well, you know, it's just that middle section. Oh, okay, this one, we really need to lower it. This is where it's at. Ah, bummer. Okay, well, if we want to know how I like the griddle, I love the griddle. This is really sad. Okay. Well, I think we might have lost 3 here, unless I can scrape that off the bottom. But this is a little dark, but these other ones, they'll all be fine. I walked away. So I'm temping these. These ones have about 10 degrees to go. Okay, while these aren't the best that I've ever made, I think we got them cooked all the way through, and I toast them every time I use them anyway, so I think we're good there. I don't think I will make those waffles again, but we have 3 successful waffles, so I guess that's something. And then my favorite recipe for pancakes. So I need to let these guys cool off, the English muffins, and then I can package up all of these pancakes for the freezer because I love having freezer meals ready to go. So this is a little bit of meal prep for the week. Probably will last us longer than a week because we're only a family of 2, but it's a very cheap way to get bread products and not have to have all of the store ingredients in them as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd love to see you. If you're interested in some other breakfast meal prep, I will pop some here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.